Hello everybody, welcome back to the 5th episode of our Let's Play Minecraft series. This is Josh here from Josh Plays, and we're just today getting the materials so we can move our wheat farm from that little swampy potty bit to our new location that's nice next to the tree farm. We're going to get a big wide open space going so we can get lots and lots of wheat, lots and lots of seeds. Then we can make the chickens breed and we can make the cows breed, and it'll all be good stuff. So we're just going to get out here now and we're going to go start creating the thing. That's where the old wheat farm used to be. I don't know why I'm waving my hand because you can't actually see it. And we're going to take that little mound of mud down, and then we can put the new wheat farm right where that mound of mud is. It's going to be another freelance build. It's one of my own that I created off the top of my head as soon as we started filming this episode, which was it worked to start with. It wasn't quite what I planned in the end, but I think it looks fairly decent. This is probably my longest episode to date as well because it took so long to do it, and I was going to cut bits out. I did cut a little bit out near the end, but you can only cut so much out because I do want you guys to see all of it, so if you do want to put it in your world then you can. So that's the old spot, and we're going to move it to this new spot here, this nice flat spot, so we can fit the big load of the wheat farm in. I think it is a really nice design as well because I did it all myself, and it's fairly difficult to come up with stuff sometimes. So this is how we're going to start, a 2x2 little square, which ultimately is just your infinite water source, which you need obviously with a wheat farm because you need to hydrate the soil so you can have the wheat. I do make this 4x4 in a second, so you can have 16 beds in each section, 4 sections, 16 beds in each. So that's 64, that's a stack of wheat every time you harvest this bad boy. So then we'll get a stack and a half of seeds, which will be good for when we get the chicken farm on the go. So we'll just clear out this little mud bit and then we'll get on our way with carrying on with this episode. So we'll just clear out this little bed. So the bed will be one up from the water because obviously otherwise you'd flood it. That's pretty common sense stuff, that. I did envisage it to be like a area where steps had come into it. I did try to carry that out, but it ends up just being birchwood for some reason, but the steps would never have worked anyway, and I do make a cool little innovative way of getting from one wheat section to another through a series of, 4 little tunnels, and you'll see that towards the back end of this video, which is quite a nifty little way of getting around, and something that I don't think a lot of people would have used. I think a lot of people just dropped on the bed from the top and dug it up, but this way just looks a bit nicer, makes it a bit cleaner, and it's a little bit easier to do. This is just a very boring bit of this episode. We're going to be digging out all the dirt, so I'll just leave you to this just a minute while I just take a sip of my orange juice. That's nice orange juice, Robinson's orange juice. Everybody should like Robinson's orange juice, it's the best. And so we've just dug out these four little beds. Now you can see where I'm kind of going with this. It looks a bit like a plus sign. Well, it is a plus sign. There's no two ways about it. That is a plus sign if you look at it from above, but because we're in survival, of course, we cannot fly. So we're just going to take all this back one more because I do end up thinking about this stair idea in my head at the moment, which means that this needs to be one lower so we can actually carry out the stair idea, which doesn't actually end up coming true because that's just how I envisage things. So we'll go back to get some more materials now, and I have had to use the wheat we did collect from the other little bit of wheat for food because the cows are fucked off, and the pigs aren't there neither, which is... Sorry for the interruption in the commentary right there, people in and out of the room laughing and joking. But yeah, as I said, the cows they've all effed off, they've all fucked off right now. And I did say that in my very first episode that they would do that, which was kind of frustrating because I knew they would. Maybe I should have captured them while I could so I could trap them, and then when we needed them we could have them. But that's just not how it went down, unfortunately. So it is starting to come dark again, as you can probably notice. The trees aren't growing very much, so I want you to tell me down in the comment section after this video whether that's because they're too close together. I know in the one, I think it was the 3rd episode when we were building that chest wall, that I was still not really spruced up a bit. I said I'd get sandstone around it. I've not done that yet because I'm lazy. I've been thinking of too many other different things. So we just need to dig this little bit out, and then we'll be on our way. So we've got that little bit going now, and I did say just then that the trees did grow in that chess episode, and they grew two side by side, so I'm wondering whether I need to space them out one more each, which is possible. It's not that difficult. I'll do that off camera because there's no point in you seeing the whole process again. And then it'll be like it repeating itself because we've already made one wheat farm, so we're going to end up making another wheat farm, which is what we're doing right now. And so it's just going to end up looking like wheat farms and tree farms, which is not what we want to do. We want this to be a fun, informative, exciting series on Minecraft. And as I said in the first video, this is a Let's Play channel, so do expect to see something different hitting your subs boxes. Maybe a bit of Euro Truck Simulator 2, I'm not sure, or Football Manager. Maybe leave your comments on what you think about both of them games, or maybe any other games you want me to get my hands on and have a game with. I've not played a lot of games on PC. I'm more of a PlayStation man, but PC is what I've got to record on at the moment, so that's what I'll be doing for the foreseeable future. Maybe I'll swap to PC to PS3 later on in the year when the next gens come out. Maybe I'll get myself a PVR and Elgato then and do it then. But for now, I'm just going to make the most of this Minecraft series, which is basically the seed we're going to start this channel on. Just like we plant seed for the wheat farm, this is the seed for this channel to grow off, which at the moment is growing fairly well. 4 days, 50 odd subs, well over 200 views, and the first episode's actually gone down really well. We're on 200 odd views in that, which I was really happy with. Considering I looked at it about 8 hours after I uploaded it, I had 2 views. I looked at it 24 hours after I uploaded it, I had 60 views. That's when I put up the second episode. You can remember me saying in that I only had 60 odd views, which was amazing, and then now we've skyrocketed. We're at about 250 views now, which is always good. And the second video is at 70 odd views. The third video is a little bit disappointing because we're only at 20 odd views on that, so maybe we need to get that out there to the world a little bit more. Now zombies are coming on us. That's never good, but he's gonna burn in hell, and we're gonna kill him, get the XP and the free stuff off him, which is always good. We need to try and get a potato off one of those bad boys so we can start the potato farm, because they're the best source of food to my knowledge. So we need a potato so we can start making the baked potatoes, maybe put a bit of beans and cheese with them, you never know. As part of the double upload on Sunday that I promised for hitting 50 views on the second episode, we will probably spend one of those episodes in the actual mines that I've dug out. We won't really be talking much about mines. Maybe we'll do a Q&A, or we'll do something similar. Maybe if you want to leave questions, I'm not sure whether you would or you wouldn't. And then the second episode will hopefully be exploring that ravine. Either that or we can build our first bit of our house. And this is actually where the recording cuts out, which is kind of annoying because I had built pretty much the whole wheat farm. You're going to see it comes back on now. I only noticed that it actually went off later on when I paused the recording to do something else for a second. And then when I went back on and looked at it like I normally do, it was the file had corrupted. It said that this is over 10 minutes, you're not allowed this. Obviously you are, it's just my recording software messing up, which was a bit unfortunate. That skeleton wanted a bit of the sausage, so we give it to him. So he came through the door, we just knocked him out with that stone sword, which is coming in well. We'll probably make an iron sword, and then I've never really had a diamond sword because I never really needed to use it because I'm a bit of a pussy. If I see zombies and mobs, then I do tend to hide. You'll see now what I've actually done in this since the video actually cut, which was a shame because you've missed part of it. All I've done is dug the bed, so you can see it. If you pause the video like a bit where you can see all of it, you can see that there's a ledge and then there's the down bed bit. And then all I've done is I've put a stone brick layer inside, like above the outer edge of the water, to put torches all around. So at night time that thing is still going to grow, which is a good thing. And we're going to put glass in the middle just to make like a kind of a nice little feature. We will need more glass at the end, and you'll see why. This is my kind of an innovative idea. I can't say that word, but that's what I mean, and it's kind of my idea. We did get another tree grow, which is a good thing, but we need the other trees to grow. It's only that one and the one next to it that are growing, which is a bit of a bugger. So we do need more seeds here so we can fill up those beds. So I end up just losing my rag with this. We're going to get rid of all of this, even though some of it's harvested, some of it's ready to harvest, some of it's not ready to harvest. It really doesn't make a difference. The quicker we get it in that other bed, the quicker it gets going. You'll see though just how much time I spent on this episode, because by the end some of the wheat is ready to harvest again. So we'll harvest that at the end just a little bit, but then you'll see right at the end that I start dying of hunger. Because like I said before, them cows have buggered off, the pigs are very few and far between. But if you want sheep, there's sheep everywhere. I mean, you can look around, you see sheep everywhere, and I mean, sheep don't provide any food, they just provide that wool. We are going to take this skeleton on right now because he can't be disrupting us while we get hard at work. And he just hit us a few times, which is kind of frustrating, but then we knock him into the light and it burns his shrivelly old bastard skin. So that's him dead. So we'll get some more seeds down so we can get this wheat farm on the go. There we are, there's the wheat farm. Off and run. So like I said before, this is 16 in each section, so it's a 64 seed wheat farm. Maybe we could make one like this automatic at one point, so it all flows into the middle, then gets pulled from the middle up and round into a delivery kind of area, which would be pretty cool, I think. But maybe I'd have to research on how to do that, because I've never really done it like that. I have done an automatic wheat farm before, but it's just simple one. It's 4 wide, you have the sticky pistons at the back, they hold the block up, they drop, the water flies, it drops it into a little delivery tray at the bottom and you just pick it up, pull a lever and it all starts again. So it'd be interesting, maybe we could set both of them up, maybe we could try one of each. So we're just going to fill in this hole right here, and that'll be that for this little section, because then it'll all be nice and flat. I don't know what we want to build here, maybe we'll expand the house out. We'll make a little stone brick house or a sandstone house or something. I've not actually come across a sand biome yet, I've come across a jungle biome which we will explore as well. Jungle biomes really to me are a bit boring though, it's just a hell of a lot of foliage and not much else. Unless we do find that jungle temple, which is very elusive to most seeds, but this one may have it. This was just a randomly generated seed, so I'm not sure what's on it, what's not on it, or where things are. Otherwise I'd be going and getting the diamonds by now. No, I wouldn't, because that'd just be ruining the series really if you knew where everything was. So we'll just continue filling in this hole and then we'll get on with finishing off that wheat farm. This is just the boring bit of the episode, but the start of Minecraft is very boring and you've just got to deal with the boring bits until we get on to more exciting bits like going to the nether and the ender dragon and things like that. So we'll just finish filling in this hole. We've got four little lanes left. We did need that extra dirt in the end. Not for an awful lot, just to fill in the hole, but it's still, it served its purpose. But we'll always remember now we have got water under there. It'll probably be our luck that we make that little cellar in the house and we end up digging into it. So we do need to find a place where we're going to put some chests. I know we've got the chests there, but they're specifically saplings. And I am trying to think of a place maybe under the actual whole thing where we could get this wheat farm, a chest place going. This is my little idea, the tunnels to get into the actual wheat farm so you can actually plant with a bit more ease than dropping on top of it. So we'll do all these bits and I'll show you how to do it if you fancy doing it yourself. The problem with dropping on top of it is sometimes you can unrest the seeds themselves and the wheat, and sometimes it doesn't actually drop the wheat. If it's so far gone it will, but other times it'll just unfertilise the soil or unplough the soil, however you want to call it. It'll make the soil back into soil that you can't grow anything on, and then you've wasted your time. I can't remember how long it is for one bit of wheat to grow. I really can't. 90 minutes possibly, maybe an hour and a half maybe. That's about how long I spend creating each episode. I know it doesn't seem like very much, but when you start trying the actual YouTube thing yourself, you'll see how hard it actually becomes. Because it does actually start to get a bit straining. And especially if you've got other commitments, school, work, college, anything like that. It's very difficult to keep a regular upload pattern. So far I have kept a regular upload pattern. There's only one day where I didn't upload, which I am going to make up for because I've got 2 double uploads coming up, one on Sunday and then one probably midweek when I can get the gameplay together. So you'll be seeing this probably sometime on Saturday, this episode of this building this wheat farm. I'd like to know in the comments what you actually think of my design and whether anybody else has done it. I've not seen anybody else do it, but that doesn't mean to say that no one else has done it, because I've not watched every video and I've not watched everybody make a wheat farm kind of thing. I'll make ladders here so we can do the electrical bit where we go around so we can climb up. And I do try to put trapdoors on right near the end. I'm not sure whether that's on camera or off camera, but it really doesn't work. They just get stuck and it's very, very hard to get up, so we end up sacking that idea off. It's pointless. So we'll just get this bit done. This video is about to become a little bit more boring because we have to go collect the birch wood now, so we can make it look a bit more aesthetically pleasing and look a bit nicer to the eye, which needs doing because I don't know about you, but when I play in my Minecraft world, I like things to look nice. I mean, I did have a survival world that I put about 5 to 10 hours in, and I really enjoyed it until I built my house, and it looked ugly, it felt ugly. Other people liked it, but because you don't like it yourself, you find it very difficult to play with, and you just feel like knocking it all down. And I did have it all nice with lava falls and everything, which I might look to repeat in this, something with lava falls and waterfalls at the same time, but it was very, very difficult to get something like that going. So we'll at least now we've got the stuff to get this bit of this section of the thing going. This is the bit that I do end up cutting out. We've got the other 3 sections to do, so I do end up cutting this out, which makes it a bit nicer for you because you can just see the end product right near the end. But we're just approaching the halfway mark of this episode. And this is the general layout we're going for. We're going to put birchwood all the way around the sides, which is going to make it look nicer, like I said before. We'll put birchwood at the back where the ladders are going to go. We'll put birchwood at the sides next to the wheat. And this will make it look really good with the bit we're going to add in a minute. I won't ruin the surprise, but it's the bit we're going to add on the top. That's all I'm going to say. We're going to add something on the top of all this, which is it makes it look alright. It doesn't make it look ugly, it doesn't make it look really good, but it makes it look fairly good. So we're going to lay stone bricks on the floor here, which makes it look nicer again. I think the contrast between the birchwood and the stone bricks makes it look really, really nice, which is good because, like, as I said before, I like things to look the piece. Because if it looks good, it probably is good in my eyes anyway. You've got to be happy with what you're building yourself. Obviously, I care what you guys think. So if you don't like this style of build and you want me to change it, then tell me in the comments and I will. I'll change it. Maybe not straight away, but maybe in future episodes I'll change it. Just like I'm going to change that stupid tree farm. Because I do think they are too close together, and just confirm that in the comments like I said earlier. It'd be nice to know whether they are or they aren't, but this design for something that came off the top of my head took fairly long to execute. I mean, I was playing for probably going up 2 hours sat there, and then after the video rendered and everything, it's probably a good 6-7 hours worth of work after you've rendered and uploaded to YouTube, which seems to take a while, because the internet we've got here is a little bit dodgy, but it's not too bad at times. It just depends who else is on the internet. We were very lucky there not to break that and make it unfertilised soil again, or unploughed soil. I can't actually remember the technical name for it, but it's whatever it's called, and it's becoming night time again, so we're probably going to go get inside so we can get away from those ghouls and those ghosts and stuff, those mobs. And while I was playing this and I was back and forth off Minecraft on Facebook, off Minecraft on Twitter and on YouTube and stuff, it kept flicking me off pause and the mobs kept hitting me. Luckily I still haven't died, and touch wood, which we haven't died in this series just yet. So this at the moment is still probably a hardcore series, which I might plan to do later on down the line, maybe a hardcore let's play, because that's a totally different swing to it, because you only get 1 life and 1 life only. So when you're exploring the caves and such like, it's very difficult. But when we do explore the caves, we will not be taking any goods down there, any iron. If we find diamonds, we'll be putting them in a chest down there, so we can hopefully find it again. I'll probably take signposts so we can make signs as to where we're going, like up for getting back to the surface, or left or right, or because it is easy to get lost in, especially in ravines where they strand off 3-4 different ways. So we'll try and explore it all, hopefully find a spawner or 2 so we can make a few mob traps, so we can get an XP grinder, which will be good for the enchanting stage of what we're going to be doing, which isn't looking too far away. We just need to find those reeds, which is really annoying with the sugarcane. So maybe one episode we could go explore the mine shafts that I've dug. not the mine shafts, the mines that I've dug, and then we could go probably find a cow and a pig and probably some chickens and get the sugarcane all at the same time if we can. Write our coordinates down so we can always get back to them, and that'd be a really fun episode, I think, maybe 20-30 minutes episode, and then we can walk around the world together, which we've not fully explored yet, and I've not really gone far. I've just stayed around this area, tried to do what I can, get the materials we needed for building what we needed to build, and so far I think we made a really good start to the series. We've built, this is the 5th episode, and so far we've done the tree farm, the wheat farm, we're making the new wheat farm, we've built the little house, we've tunnelled down quite a far way. When you see what we've done, we've tunnelled down a fair way, so that'll be interesting for you to see, I'm sure. And we've got a full backpack again, which we seem to be doing a lot lately, which is kind of frustrating because it's a hassle to go back and change it, so that's why we need to get this chest room sorted out as quick as we can. So this is the general idea. You're getting the looks of the thing. It's starting to look a bit nicer, I think. Unfortunately, we do drop on the frigging wheat there, which is a bit annoying, but we can just hoe it again and put the seeds down. So that's no problem. So there we are, and then we jump on it again like a noob move. So we've hoed it and we've put the seeds down, and now we'll go back up to the surface, and we'll recreate probably the same pattern with the birchwood going all the way around. We should have enough birchwood to execute this now. So we'll make it go all around the edge. This is where originally, like I said before, I planned to have the steps. So you go steps down to it, but then I realised you'd need another step down the bottom to get to the wheat. And no matter what, if you wanted your wheat one step down from your steps, you'd always have to go up. You'd always have to drop on the wheat and jump up to the stairs, so it would never ever work really. You'd always end up destroying the wheat, or you'd end up, it's just a bit of a hassle. Instead of just running up and down, you'd fall off and on, off and on. And I did realise towards the end of this video how we could have actually improved this idea that I've actually made. And you're going to see now, it is glass that we put on top. This, 1, stops the mobs. 2, means you can get a better look without going down that hatch thing of how it's going. And 3, it still lets the sunlight in, so it's a really clever idea to prevent mobs, gain easy access of what you're growing down there, and get the sunlight still in. And we start getting attacked here. That frigging skeleton again. We had one at the beginning, and we've got another one now. We'll probably kill him in a minute. It's getting really frigging annoying right now. So we'll go kill that little son of a gun. He thinks he's Rambo, or we're going to show him Rambo and knock him to the ground. I think I've noticed since we put this iron armour on, it's starting to get really easy to kill the mobs. We are on normal. Maybe we should put it up a level. I'm not sure what the next level's called, but we can put it up there and maybe see how that goes. But no, we'll probably then get killed by it, which is a bit annoying. But we do need some more glass, which is a bit of a bugger. So we'll go and get the more glass now, which is a bit of a strenuous thing to do because you have to go get the sand, and especially sandstone. If you ever have to get sandstone and you need all that sand to make just a small amount, that's a glass block stack that I did get earlier when it was a little bit off camera in between the episode, and I was making the various bits come together. So we'll fill this glass top in, and then we'll take the shortcut, and when you come back you'll see that I've made the same thing that we've made on this side that we're stood on now, and I've made it all the way around. Looks nice and even, nice and symmetrical, and we can get easy access to the wheat, and you'll see at the end how easy it is to plant and unplant. Maybe we could put the chests in this centre section. Towards the end you'll see what it looks like in the centre section. It still looks like you're able to place chests there, maybe a couple of chests to see which section of this little wheat farm gives you the most seeds, gives you the most wheat. Maybe that'd be interesting to see. Maybe if it makes a difference how much sunlight it gets, whether them trees are blocking some of the light that the nearest ones are getting, or whether there are variables that affect it, or whether they're just all the same. It'd probably be very interesting to know whether they are the same or they aren't. So we might try that. So that's the glass section done that I was on about, which I thought looked pretty nifty at the time. And looking back on it now, it still looks fairly nice. I think it's not horrible. It's not amazingly nice, but it looks fairly nice. And when we put this outer edge around, it doesn't just look like a stuck out glass bit. It looks like a really nice birch glass feature. then when you look under it and you've got the practicality of the wheat farm underneath, you've not only got a nice feature in the landscape, you've got a really practical wheat farm underneath. This is why I think that everyone would like to put this in their survival world or creative world or whatever world you're doing. It doesn't really matter, maybe a survival island. This would be a good way to save land on your island and store a lot of wheat, and you can store other things in there. Unfortunately we need more birch from now, and I forgot my axe because I come unprepared most of the time, so we have to punch this tree down, but we're hard, it doesn't matter, we'll knock it down. So we'll get this tree punched down, and then we'll get the rest of the episode on the way. Not really long left to go now. We've nearly finished this process. It was a long process, but for you in the video it's only 30 minutes long, which is still a fair length of time compared to the other videos, which did seem to get shorter. They went from 20 odd minutes to 20 to 15 to 13 on episode 4. Don't worry, that ain't going to happen all the time. That's just the amount of time it took to do the actual things we did. I mean, the chest thing we did was fairly straightforward. It was just maybe someone learnt the trick with the stairs where you can put the chest all the way up to what you think is the top block and it will still open. That's just the stairs trick, which some people would know about, some people wouldn't know about. Depends the length of time you've been playing Minecraft, how many people you've watched make a chest room or any kind of chest in Minecraft. So this is probably enough birch now, I would hope. We do end up getting more birch, but that's off camera when I finish it. When I make it all symmetrical, make all the sides even and stuff, because we need it to go in all the panels and everything. So we'll go back round and finish this a little bit off, and we'll probably plant some birch saplings and get that on the go. And I'll probably end up moving that tree farm around a bit, like I said before, because it's not working at the moment. So we'll change it around, put a few more gaps in and see if that helps it. So there we are. This is just about drawing to a finish, this little bit. There we are. I think it looks really good, so I'm going to repeat this, what I've done there, in there, and there. So when I've done that, I will be back. Right, and I'm back, and I've repeated that process there. You see, that's the same there, as it is all the way over here, and all the way around here. And then in the final section, it's the same again. So it's just a really nifty way to get down to the wheat without having to break through the glass or go down anywhere else. And then you jump up this bit and then you can knock down all the wheat like you see now. This is the bit where, if you notice, the hunger bar is going down, which is a bit annoying. And although you can see some of it does go in the water, I found out later on, if you stand with your back towards that wall, when you hit the wheat nearest the water, nothing will go in the water, it'll come straight into your backpack and you won't lose anything, which is good, because sometimes that little amount can make a world of difference to whether you can breed another cow or you can make another chicken baby or what you can do. Maybe if you can make another loaf of bread if you like me and you're stuck for food, because bread is a very good food in Minecraft. It seems to hold your hunger bar for a little while. It gives you, I think it's a couple of bars of hunger, maybe 3, every time you eat a bit. So it's fairly decent seeds, and it doesn't take much to build, just 3 wheat all led along the bottom of the 9. So this video is drawing to a close. We're just going to replace all these sleeves. I will harvest the other sections later in the day, but it probably won't be on camera. That freaking spider, bog off. You don't think you're Spider-Man, you're going out of this town, I'll hit you with the pickaxe and you'll be dead. We're collecting a lot of spider eyes and string, which is good because we want the bow and arrow. You can notice this bit's actually a little bit bigger. I'll probably change this now on camera. I've forgot one glass layer, so that was kind of a little bit frustrating, but that's just how it goes. Sometimes you forget, sometimes it looks symmetrical to the naked eye, and then it's only when you look close and you're on camera trying to showcase it to the world that you actually notice that you've majorly fucked up and it looks wrong. So we'll change that now in the next episode. So thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe and tell your friends. Goodbye.